All right, welcome to the podcast with no name. This is here T-rell. Introduce my man K-Zach. All right, this is the first podcast of many. This is video. A lot of it's going to be audio, so give y'all a special treat today. All right, for y'all wrestling fans out there, don't try to hide and come out and rejoice. We're going to talk about SummerSlam 2013, which is happening tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock our time, Central. It's going to be an action-packed card. But first, before we talk about that, hey, Zach, how you doing today?
Man, I'm good.
All right. You know, we work together, don't we?
Once upon a time.
I'm sorry, you know, I had to venture other ways. People know me right now.
Yeah. You know, you're in a job. You're in a job you enjoy, and I still get a paycheck. So
who said I enjoyed it? You still gotta get paid. I gotta pay the bills.
And there we are.
You gotta feed the cat. Look at this somewhere.
Oh, point feeding. I gotta feed the cat too.
There you go.
I get it.
I hear that, man. SummerSlam 2013.
All right.
I think it has potential to be a good pay-per-view. What about yourself?
Again, I think it has potential, but then again, any WWE pay-per-view has potential.
Right.
I think it lies in the talent. I think it lies in, this being the second biggest pay-per-view of the year, and there's no build. There is nothing to jump on, except for your main event.
Two matches was the best.
Yeah.
Brian and Cena, but with that McMahon crowd, we're going to talk about that in a second.
Absolutely. But it speaks to what the roster is.
But the best build-up in a long time. And it had nothing to do with other crap. It let them be them.
Nothing to do with John Cena.
He might be having surgery after his match, taking time off. So
yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. Oh boy. Okay.
Awesome. First match is going to be a pre-show, a little bit of SummerSlam kickoff. Really, do we need another hour plus the 3 hours of pay-per-view?
Apparently we do, because we're just not buying enough Slim Jims.
I'm just saying, I already see 3 hours of Raw every day. 3 hours, I'm sorry. No, with the overrun. So we had 3 hours and 15 minutes?
3 hours, 15 minutes, and they're actually talking about doing a pre-show for Raw now.
Oh, they also told them about doing a 3-hour SmackDown when their contract's up.
Dear Lord, you're trying to kill your crew, Vince.
Slip throat slow.
And there we go.
All right, we have, again, Dean Ambrose versus Rob Van Dam. I think he was doing real well since come back in WWE. What you think?
Absolutely. I mean, you're talking about Rob Van Dam, who was an absolute blue chip right off the bat.
Yes, sir.
You absolutely cannot take your eyes off him.
No.
Anytime he has a match, you're going to watch him. I mean, you saw the Chris Jericho Classic they put on regular, unpaid TV. It was one of the most amazing matches of the year.
Yes, sir.
And there it is. That is Rob Van Dam right there. You're putting him up against Dean Ambrose, which is, even though for whatever reason they're trying to downplay the stock of the Shield, there it is.
They're downplaying it for the expense of the wife, and we'll talk about that later also.
Exactly. But, I mean, you're going to see probably the best story match on the card. Okay. You've actually got two wrestlers who can tell a story.
Well, you think that'll be the best story of the match? Because I think David versus Goliath match until later is going to be the best.
Again, I think you've got to talk about guys who can tell a story in the ring. These are two guys who, when they're selling the pay-per-view and they're selling the pre-show to the pay-per-view, this is who you actually
and that's why they put them on the pre-show. I wish it had been an actual pay-per-view, but I do understand the concept.
It's only because they couldn't afford
to bring people in.
It's only because they couldn't afford to put Del Rio and Christian on that, and I want to talk about that.
Who's going to watch it? But we're going to talk about it in a minute. Prediction: who do you think is going to win this match?
Who do I think is going to win? I think it depends on how long they want to keep that U.S. title on Dean Ambrose, and quite frankly, there's also a rumor going around that this is going to turn into a bigger match where we get Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins in a six-man tag with Dean against RVD, The Big Show, and Mark Henry.
Is that so?
Yeah.
You think that'd be a Night of Champions?
That's
a good. Think about it. Night of Champions. All the belts are there. And if you keep Ambrose with the title, Roman Reigns and Rollins with the tag team belts, you put them against Van Dam Henry, show. I think that would be awesome.
Would they throw it all into the mix like that with a 6-man tag?
Let's try something different. Why not?
Well, I mean, I think it's just trying to compress, 10 pounds of show into a 5-pound bag. You have 10 pounds of show in the Shield.
Look how many titles they have already. I think they need to consolidate some of them anyway.
That's a topic for another show, and we're going to get into that, I'm sure. But I think you may possibly see that actually later on in the night. It depends on how much stock they put in the Divas matches. Oh, good Lord!
Talk about that.
Speaking of which, there is a Divas match planned for Access. Go ahead.
They are. Well, my prediction is, they have to keep Rob Van Dam motivated. That's what happened in his run in TNA. He lost motivation, and you could tell night and day his in-ring product in WWE versus the in-ring product in TNA. I know he felt kind of embarrassed when people say, "Hey, you still wrestle?" Even when he was in TNA. That's that ego. Rob Van Dam had that ego.
That's why he left.
So I would not be surprised to make Rob Van Dam happy. He doesn't need a major belt. He's been there, done that. He passed that. No, he doesn't even, I don't think he's going to be on a roll like that.
Right. And the thing is that he does not have a long-term contract with WWE. He has a limited-term contract.
But he has more dates than Lesnar, though.
There's a reason for that too.
I won't be surprised if Rob Van Dam takes it, but I'm gonna go on a limb here and say Dean Ambrose.
I'm gonna take Dean Ambrose just because I think it's gonna lead to stuff later on. We're gonna see the Shield keep those titles down the line further because again, it's a great way to get Big Show back into the mix.
And I'm surprised if Ambrose gonna be the only one wrestling from the Shield. What's going on with Reigns and Rollins?
See, again, I think that they may schedule a tag team match later on in the night with Big Show and Mark Henry versus Rollins and Reigns.
Well, they have 7 matches on the card. But what happened? Okay, the Usos were coming on strong. I thought it was going to be a program with them too. They wrestled too many times on free TV.
The Shield has been downplayed. The Shield has been downgraded for their stock. The reason being for that is that Triple H's pet project is the Wyatt family.
Well, technically, yes, and also there's a lot of heat backstage for Seth Rollins.
Yeah,
I heard about that.
Yeah, and it's a shame because you have 3 very, very talented guys, and you have 3
and you have the young gun, Roman Reigns. He's learning beautifully. His learning curve is nice. He's doing his thing.
If he can stay healthy, I think he's got a future. But again, I see great things in Seth Rollins. You are really going to see the former Tyler Black explode.
Seth Rollins is the workhorse of the 3. Ambrose is the talker. He has a unique style that, man, come on.
And Ambrose is fun to watch because he's so
And look at his reaction, his body language during the match. Everything is crisp.
Right, and never forget that the unpredictable guys do make some of the best matches. I mean, you take a look.
Just say Kofi Kingston.
Well, I mean, I'm not even going to say Kofi Kingston, but I will say Booker T.
Yes.
I see a lot of Booker T in Kofi Kingston. I'm also going to say I see tremendous things here in guys who have unpredictable styles. I mean, you go back to Roddy Piper, who had an unpredictable style. You have to go back into CM Punk. When he started out, you didn't know. The crowd got behind him solidly.
You kind of knew. Even if you see him in TNA a little bit, a cup of coffee, if you see him in ROH, if you see him in Japan, my man, he knew what he had. He knew he had something special. All he needed was that microphone and somebody to give him that chance. And when he did that promo with John Cena, when the whole internet community just broke their computers and just rejoiced outside, that was the era of CM Punk right there. That's when everybody knows he is the main eventer, period.
Right, and that's why you have a future with Dean Ambrose because WWE is absolutely jumping on that bandwagon now. Build that stock now. Awesome. Shield is the future.
Oh, it better be.
So, all right, let's talk about this second Access match. Oh.
I'm going to call it Access. They say it's going to be on a pay-per-view. It's on a pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen, but whatever. Bathroom break. When is going to be the bathroom break? We don't know. But the next match that we're going to talk about is Natalya versus Brie Bella. One guy, look. I wish it was Nikki. At least we could see some more action. Brie, I'm just saying. She need to follow her footsteps.
All I got to say is 2 words. Who cares? And here's the reason why. It ain't because
Come on, Natalia is right. Natalia can wrestle.
Right, but Natalia can't carry that match all the way through.
Maybe not because you having someone who can't even wrestle. You can't even wrestle a video game.
She can't even. The girl. Well, I mean, this is going to turn into a tag team.
Maybe Daniel Bryan teaching her how to wrestle.
The thing is that this is going to turn into a tag team match. This is going to turn into absolutely. Brad Maddox put on his Twitter on 8/13.
Bree.
No. Bree is going to have a partner, and it's not going to be Nikki. It's going to be Eva Marie.
She might be the greenest. We ain't even see her do a fallback, a back drop, a fall. She'll kill herself out there. We don't want enough film.
Right. And here's the reason why it's going to be a super train wreck, because Natalia's tag team partner is Maria. Why the hell are you on WrestleMania Menounos?
FF celebrity status, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know her? Do you know Maria?
I know Maria.
I don't care. What was she, Access Hollywood? What is she?
Yeah, she's Access Hollywood.
Okay, I don't watch that crap.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
I don't see about gossip.
She got to go on WrestleMania. She got to introduce Bob Backlund. I'm not going to disagree that she's got a pedigree. I'm going to say
I think she's a real wrestling fan.
Absolutely, she's a wrestling fan who's training to be in a match. She's actually said she wants a title. Good Lord, just please don't pull a David Arquette with us on this one. We really don't need.
I think that still be an upgrade from David Arquette.
Oh.
I think that still be an upgrade.
Oh, Lord.
Nothing can be below David. Even the finger poke of doom was better than David Arquette.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I mean, if Vince Russo's looking for a job, here's the match he can start booking with.
That is Russo. He would just stay away
all
for a while. All right, deal done. We're done.
All right, let's move on to the card.
Next match we're going to talk about is Dolph Ziggler and Caitlyn versus Big E Langston and AJ Lee. Is this just a big clusterfuck? Because they just didn't know what the hell they wanted. They already put Big E Langston and Dolph Ziggler in matches for free TV. The build sucks. It sucks. Are they trying to combine 2 storylines in one?
No. They are trying to get Dolph Ziggler to a point where he's actually credible in a storyline. Because again, the man is unlucky. He's not unwatchable. He's unlucky.
I think what's going on, WWE do not know what to do with him. The fans are embracing him, and every time they at that brink, when he cashed in versus Del Rio, you know the crowd exploded beyond measures. And as soon as that happened, unfortunately, Ziggler had that concussion. That killed all the momentum right there.
Absolutely. And he's trying to get that momentum back. And the thing is that he's got to get into a feud that is really going to show his talents. He's really
There's no who. He's a face. He's a face now. SmackDown, well, they're not separate shows anymore. But there's not a lot of heels.
I think they'll probably move him onto the SmackDown roster and have him going up against Del Rio.
There's no SmackDown roster. Come on, they all dance the same merry-go-round now.
I mean, actually, what would be interesting is if you put him against Damien Sandow.
Heel and face. That will be, and I could see that.
Sandow cashes in his.
Wow, we're talking about that.
No. We got to talk about it, because if Sandow cashes in on Del Rio, he gets the title.
But we don't know when.
And Ziggler can jump right on in there and take on Sandow. It's a great match, because I do want to talk about the stock that you have in Damien Sandow. That's a guy who's on the rise. But we'll get into that in a minute.
Now, Big E Langston, I watched him on NXT. He could play a nice face and a good heel. If you know, NXT don't play in the States, they play in Canada. And yes, I'm watching in Canada, so don't judge me. So, if you see his work, instead of a 3 count, he's like 5 count. The referee actually counts 5.
Oh, the King Kong Bundy.
Yes. So, Big E definitely has some stock as uprise. But he might be a little still green. He's power moves. He's nothing but power moves. I think he needs to put more work on his facial expressions. They need to put more work in this drama. Because this is sports entertainment.
Right.
Let y'all know.
So you put him in there with a guy who's going to give him work. I say you can put him into a program with Christian. I say you can put him into a program with Chris Jericho. And I say you need to keep him with AJ Lee because AJ Lee.
What's it going to be? Another love story?
Who cares? AJ Lee is great because she's got the mind of a manager.
Yes.
I mean, the girl can work.
Yes,
don't get me wrong.
She can work.
But the thing is that the great managers, the best managers, can work.
Yes.
I mean, you take a look at Bobby the Brain Heenan, who always said,
yes,
manage like a wrestler, wrestle like a manager.
Okay.
And you have to absolutely see that AJ Lee isn't afraid to mix it up with the guys. She's absolutely willing to get in there. She's a great.
Yes.
I think that if you put her in a match, it's fine. But the thing is that there's no one who can compare to her and her ability other than Natalya, and that goes for Caitlyn.
But right now, AJ is ahead of the curve. I think AJ right now is the best diva today, by a long shot. By a long shot. And I feel bad for Natalya because she's the workhorse. She could work better than anybody there.
Absolutely. There's no one who they have to match her. Because again, you had Eve who was looking terrific in the ring,
yeah,
and yet
she was getting better and better.
She decided to go do her MMA thing because she's married to a Gracie.
And even Maria, she was getting better.
Yeah, absolutely. But Maria has so much bad blood with the Bellas that she's not even going to get him.
Well, yeah, that's a whole story right there. But I'm glad Cody's not back. No,
right.
she didn't go away.
And I miss Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix must come back.
I don't blame her for not. It wasn't using her.
Right.
It wasn't doing nothing with her.
Right. The Divas, they don't know how to work the Divas division. And the thing is that...
But this is Triple H toy now. And they were doing better when he was first having it. Because they wanted the emphasis on more tag team wrestling and the Divas division. They were doing both. But all of a sudden, Divas started to fall off again.
Well, the tag team division did too. But you see, the Divas division hasn't been in good hands since they took it out of David Finlay's hands.
Well,
David Finlay was
correct. He was correct.
He's back.
Give it back to him.
Exactly.
Give him back that role.
Exactly. This is the guy. For those of you who don't know, David Finlay is the guy who got Trish to learn how to work. He's the guy who got Lita to learn.
And if you know about Trish and Lita, two of the greatest divas in our era.
Right. And a tremendous program with Mickie James, because Mickie James gained great credibility with that stalker line on Trish.
Mickie needs to come back.
So,
she needs to get out of here.
All right. So predictability: Dolph and Caitlyn. And again, I want to give credit. You didn't talk about Caitlyn. And
exactly. Next, what's your prediction?
I'm gonna say Dolph and Caitlyn, but I really want to see AJ Lee just go batshit crazy.
I'm gonna put it like this: Dolph is gonna sell like crazy. He's gonna make big.
There is no better seller in the ring than Dolph.
Dolph can wrestle a broomstick and make it a pay-per-view 5-star match.
Yeah, one more Henry.
I'm gonna put it like this: I'm gonna go against the grain. I want Big E to squash Dolph Ziggler. I want AJ to get her revenge. How? I don't know. I don't even care. I just want Dolph Ziggler on the stretcher going out somewhere to be repackaged. Because right now they keep going back, forth, and back, forth. He's losing that momentum. He's not getting the crowd's not embracing him like they used to right now because they don't know what's going on with him.
The problem is that he's a tremendous talent in the ring.
Yes, he is.
But he's
one of the best.
He's a guy who needs a mouthpiece.
I don't think if they let him. Okay.
No. Think about what Heenan did for guys he managed. Because you take a look at someone like
they didn't have any promo skills. But think about it when
listen. When Bobby Heenan managed guys like Haku, the former man, when he managed guys like Bundy and things like that, he did the talking for them. But when he had a guy who could talk, like Ravishing Rick Rude, he was effective there because he would step back, say, "Tell him, Rick," and Rick would go into his promo. The thing is that if Dolph can get someone to develop him in the way that his promos are effective, he's going to be good. As you put him with someone who has a manager's mind, you're going to give him that experience. I say Dolph comes back with a better mind.
I don't think he needs a mouth. I don't think he needs a mouthpiece because if with Zack Ryder's YouTube channel and you let Dolph just be himself, he's great. I'm telling you, if you just see him be himself, he can cut mean promos.
And that's why the fans love him, but that's why the WWE cameras don't like him.
They don't
know what to do with him. They won't let him be himself.
They scared to hit the button. But if I'm going on Big E. Matter of fact, I need him to win. I need him to do something. He's just sitting there. AJ, get the revenge, baby girl. We love you.
All right, so we're split down the middle on this one. I'm going with Dolph and Kayla.
I'm going on Big E and AJ. All right, next one we're going to talk about is Cody Rhodes versus Damian Sandow. I got a question for you. If they have so much emphasis on his damn briefcase, and now he got a leather briefcase, why don't got the damn briefcase on the line with the paper? I want the contract on the line.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
That was the reason for it. And it's, you know what's funny about it? This feud sucks. Because if you listen to Raw last weekend, Cody was on commentary. And King was asked something. He was like, I'll do the same thing. Then what the fuck are you feuding for? You would do the same thing if it was the other way around. I think they could have made the storyline a little better. It's going to be a good match. It's going to be a great match.
Yes, it will.
So that might be a sleeper.
It is absolutely going to be a sleeper match because Damian Sandow, just like the Shield, is the future of the WWE.
Yes.
This guy has champion written all over him.
His pedigree is just shine.
Right. The man can cut a promo. The man can work. The man can, again, have a great match with anybody. And the thing is that he will get any face over because the crowd is so hot for him. Yes. But the average wrestling fan loves him because they want to see him work and talk. He can talk. He's an absolute talk. And the thing is that you can't sleep on Cody Rhodes either. Cody, who has been under the radar, and he has been.
You remember the match he did with Randy Orton a few months ago? That was a nice match, a beautiful match on Raw.
Right. But the thing is that they haven't quite figured out how to package Cody.
It's hard. I need to cut that damn mustache.
Yeah.
Cut the mustache. Matter if you do it, I'll do it as well. And right now, no, the Money in the Bank contract is not on the line. It was rumors that it will be, but now
there's no reason to leave the contract with Damian Sandow. Let him have his.
Can I ask you a question? How the hell did they find that damn contract in the Gulf of Mexico when damn Sandow almost drowned? You can't find it.
It was saved as a PDF on Stephanie's computer.
They poured Kool-Aid on things. There you go.
Let's scratch tape. Fine. No, go ahead. Well, Cody dug it out. It might have been a waterproof briefcase.
Lovely. No, but it was water in the case.
Well, anyway, it doesn't matter because Damian Sandow has an upgrade, and Damian Sandow is an upgrade from the last 3 years of heels that have been coming through. Trust me, you are looking at the future, and I say looking at the future of the WWE in this match. You are actually probably
you're looking at two of the futures of the WWE.
I think you may actually be seeing a possible WrestleMania main event 5 years down the line. Damian Sandow.
Listen again. This is on the podcast first. The podcast with no name. T-rell and K-Zach. Say it one more time.
5 years down the road, you could be seeing a WrestleMania main event for the World Heavyweight title. Cody Rhodes versus Damian Sandow.
And on that note, what's your prediction for that?
My prediction is Damian Sandow goes over.
Damian Sandow. I think so. Also, I think this briefcase is going to come to play. They had to put all the emphasis on the briefcase for nothing.
As an international object. Remember what WCW is called? The international object. Because they could say foreign. It's an international object. And it is going to come into play.
It's going to come into play. Damian Sandow, I believe he will win as well. And I believe Cody will get the last laugh on a later day.
Right. You're good. Right. Save Cody for another day. You're going to see him have big things in the future once they figure out exactly how to sell it.
Awesome. Great podcast so far. Now, is it hot in here?
It's a little warm.
Well, we're going to have to talk about this Ring of Fire match. King versus Bray.
Oh,
man.
Wyndham Rotunda.
But here's the problem. Michael Cole, his little idiot ass, This match does not mean for anybody to get set on fire. It's just to keep the combatants out of the ring.
Because it's not an Inferno match, it's a Ring of Fire.
Why? Then damn it, move the shit, making an Inferno match, raise the beaker high as hell, and throw Kane in the fire. He is making a movie anyway. He needs time off.
It is the coffin nail and the end of the Attitude Era.
Well, that's our end of a long damn time ago. But Ring of Fire. This can be a bad match. First of all, this is Bray's first match. Kane, he's not the best worker unless he's real motivated. I don't know if he's that motivated. He's not one of the best workers. He can put on pretty good matches, but you got to have someone on the other side who can work with him. We don't know about Bray Wyatt right there. It could be a potential of a bad match.
I 100% disagree with you entirely. And
Okay.
Kane is one of the best workers in WWE.
I don't think
and
so.
has been for the past 12 years. The man has put on clinics. Again, he is the guy who can have a power match with anyone in the ring.
Okay, that's not clinic. That's just
no. If you want the epitome of the power match, Kane is the guy you go to.
I would have said Ahmed Johnson.
Oh no! If you want the epitome of what you cry about in the Attitude Era, if you want something to cry about in the Attitude Era, you look at Ahmed Johnson.
Bill Goldberg.
Pearl Street plunge right off the dot. No.
I'm not saying Kane is bad. I'm not at all. He earned his rights. He earned his respect. He's done a lot of things. He from the Yankum crap and all that crap, and the fake Undertaker crap. We came.
No, it was the fake Diesel crap. The fake Undertaker was James Brian Lee.
Yeah, he don't exist. So we came.
He was eradicated. I'm sorry. He was eradicated, then he came with the Cycle Apocalypse, and then just eradicated himself altogether. Sorry, Brian.
Goodwill Hunting. Yeah. So with the mask, wrap the mask. Kane done a lot for WWE. He's almost on tier with the Undertaker as in respect level, as in longevity.
Kane is one of the great mid-carders.
Yes, of all time.
And he deserved his title. He deserved his championship run when he got it. Absolutely. But Bray Wyatt has had a spectacular record coming up with NXT. Wyndham Rotunda, Husky Harris, you want.
Come on now, stop putting the name here. Come on now.
No.
You already heard the crowd when he first came with re-debut.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is that they aren't chanting his real name, Wyndham Rotunda. Don't forget where his pedigree comes from. His pedigree comes from his father, Mike Rotunda, and his uncle, Barry Windham.
Hall of Famous.
The U.S. Express. Haha, you remember those days.
So Kane, it's going to be a Ring of Fire. Yeah. It's basically going to be a regular match. Do you think some way they're going to write Kane off? Because remember, he is making a movie again. See No Evil Part 2?
Yeah, absolutely. They're
I like that movie, by the way, the first one. I went and saw the movie theater.
You get paid all your money. He won't watch him work, but he loves the way he acts, man. The Oscar goes to that.
If he blew up the microphone, please forgive him. Yeah. But I'm a horror movie fanatic anyway.
I am a horror movie fanatic too. I like it, and the plot was credible.
Yes.
The movie was.
Well, I'm just glad Vince McMahon didn't try to put his vision on there with Kane with a 3-foot penis. I'm glad I'm fucking happy.
I was trying to forget that. I was trying to block that out. That's the traumatized me. That's not
it. Kane with 3 feet penis.
If Vince McMahon wasn't doing wrestling, he'd be doing porn. I'm sorry, that's the truth.
Hey, just to look at to Eric Trish. Trish, I miss Trish. Bark like a dog.
Oh, stop. But anyway, I think this is a way for them to get Kane off of television, and this is the way for them to elevate the Wyatts. Okay. Again, this is Triple H's pet project. Yes. You're going to see them come along, and again, the Wyatts have had great production value. Whoever they put behind writing those vignettes, and again, they've given Bray a ton of great dialogue, and the way they developed it, I think you're looking at the next big monsters, and we've missed monsters.
Yeah, we haven't had a big one. We haven't had a Mega won a long time.
No, the smaller guys have been ruling the ring, and Vince doesn't like the smaller guys.
Well, Vince is there, what, 60, 65, 80, 120?
Vince is going to die.
Vince
is going to die this year. But still, again, you're seeing big men come into the ring who aren't necessarily roided out guys. You're seeing guys who come into the ring who have natural builds. You're seeing guys come into the ring who are going to be able to give you a good power match. And Kane, again, he's getting up there. He's getting a little long in the tooth.
And he's almost done soon, probably a few years. We're not going to see him again.
Right.
And we definitely cherish the moments that he still has in the ring.
Right. But we've got to have these guys who are going to come into the ring, who are going to work hard, work the power match. And again, monsters, we need them. And I think you have that in the Wyatt family, and I think you're going to see the Wyatt family expand. And I look forward to who they start to bring in, whether it's NXT guys or whether it's going to be guys from the roster. I want to see that happen.
I think Kane comes back to part of Wyatt family.
I like it. I can't say I don't.
I think hands down we both agree.
There you go. So Bray Wyatt over Kane.
Yes, over. And basically that's kind of common sense since Kane is making a movie, See No Evil 2. And they're going to get a storyline right off. I think that'd be better. I would be surprised if he goes through fire. I want him to. We'll find out how much padding he wears when he walks in the ring. Okay, next.
But it's his only outfit. It's his only outfit. Don't burn the clothes. Don't burn the clothes.
So he's going to wear long sleeves for this time.
There we go.
Next match coming up is the champion, World Heavyweight Champion, Alberto Del Rio versus Christian. Remember Edge and Christian? Yes, Christian. He's still there. He's still a part. He's still around. His storyline is this: one more match for Christian. What do you think about Del Rio this time?
It's a hard line to draw because I think his face turn actually downgraded his
His face turn sucks. Because it wasn't nothing. All the face turn was he ran in attack. I forgot who he attacked. And that was it.
Right.
Oh, he's supposed to be face. No.
Big show. Yeah, it was a big show. And then suddenly the crowd absolutely rejected him. I mean, watching, it was a great, I think, almost impromptu moment when Del Rio comes out again with the title and has Ricardo Rodriguez announced him as the World Heavyweight Champion. It was a great impromptu match because the crowd just died.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the way to kill the heat.
But that double turn was beautiful.
Yeah.
Del Rio and Ziggler. Because remember, Ziggler was still technically a heel then.
Yeah.
When he came back from concussion, Del Rio was as vicious as ever. And the attacks on the head, that turned him heel, and I think that was the greatest career move for Del Rio right now.
Right. Del Rio is best when he's a vicious heel.
Yes.
Del Rio was brought in to be the Mexican champion.
And I'm kind of glad they got rid of Ricardo because he was a sympathetic babyface.
Yeah. People like Ricardo.
Exactly.
People like Ricardo the way they like Santino. And I do miss Santino.
He's still there.
I know he had a really bad injury after an auto wreck.
He stopped driving.
Santino.
Take the Cobra off the hand.
Exactly.
Who's driving the
We
Cobra?
took it to the snake.
Exactly.
But Santino, I think, has had to basically take some time off to deal with injuries. But Ricardo Rodriguez is a tremendous comedy piece. You know.
Yeah. Oh, he perfect that role.
Right. And the guy can work. That's the thing. I mean, if you recall, a couple of years ago, it was the table match. I think it was Cena versus Del Rio, and Ricardo went through 2 tables off a ladder.
And my man,
stunning. So give Ricardo Rodriguez the virtue of the fact that he can work the comedy match.
Awesome. Now
Christian.
Are they playing up a retirement angle on him?
I think they are. And it's hard to say, but I mean, Christian, I think, is going to be what they plan for He Who Shall Not Be Named, Benoit.
Look,
and the reason being for that is that
I understand what happened to him, but I'm still Benoit. I'm still talking about it.
All right, but according to WWE, he doesn't exist. I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyway, but Christian can be brought in because he can teach guys to work.
Oh yeah, he's a definite worker. He can put out good matches everywhere.
Right, he's an instructor. Again, when I was talking earlier about guys who can put on the story in the ring, you look at Christian. Yes. Christian absolutely can build. He can build it as a face. He can build it as a face. He can build it as a heel. He's terrific, and I think they're building up a retirement angle on him because Christian has had some nagging injuries, which have kept him out of the picture for a
His
long
small frame,
time.
his frame.
Well, Vince has never.
Well, he never liked him anyway.
Vince never liked Christian.
That's why
he loved Edge.
That's why he
but
went
he
to
never liked
TNA.
Christian.
That's why he went to TNA.
Right.
And you know they promised him the world. That's why he had the title.
Yeah. And Christian deserved it. Christian,
Christian is a workhorse.
Christian can work. I mean, guys, you forget about guys who can work in the ring because their work is so flawless that you take it for granted. Guys like Christian, guys like Rob Van Dam, guys like Chavo Guerrero, guys who can.
But
work.
remember the difference between the promotions.
Yeah.
TNA, ROH, they're about wrestling. WWE, entertainment, drama, storyline, crowd reaction. When they train the wrestler, they don't train you what your move's gonna be. That's why the commentators don't ever say the move.
WWE is finishing.
They teach you how to engage the crowd when you're wrestling, how to face the crowd, which way you gotta face, how they teach all that. So I think they forget about natural abilities. The WWE forget about their natural ability. They want them to do a certain way. And yes, I know WWE is the big dog and everybody else is just little cheese to a rat. But you have to sometimes let the performers do what they need to do.
Right, and that's why you have to have guys in the mix like Christian who can actually work a match and show a guy how to work. Who, again, Christian can wrestle anyone and get a good match out of them. Chris Jericho can wrestle a match and get something good out of all of them. But like I said, this is not going to be Christian's night. I think they are building to a retirement angle. I don't think they're going to put the title on him, especially with SummerSlam being the go-home before we go into the fall season. And again, you can't forget that even though there is no off time, there is an off season.
Well, that's one thing that we need is an off season.
Right, the summer is the off season. SummerSlam is their off season because this is where they can develop their small talents. This is their spring training because when the show comes back into the fall, when they have to start doing the ratings build, you're going to see new champions. You're going to see guys. You're going to see guys come up. I think you're going to see the guys that they've been building in the NXT roster who have come up to take the shot. I think you're going to start seeing more of those on the product. But again, this is unfortunately not going to be Christian's time, and that sucks.
I don't think so either because Del Rio is better with the belt.
Yeah.
Del Rio stock rises with the belt. When he doesn't have the belt, when now Ricardo's gone, he's just there.
And people chasing Del Rio
will be better for it. They elevate them chasing.
Right, because you have guys who you can put up against him to chase the belt, like RVD.
So
like RVD.
That might be a next feud.
Yeah. I like RVD versus Alberto.
I like it too.
That's fun. That's great.
Because he did beat him once on the ring.
I think bringing Dolph Ziggler back into the picture for that title.
I don't think not against them. They've done that too many times.
I know. And again, Cody Rhodes, Dana Sandler, all that.
Yes. Yeah. More intrigue right now. So I think we both agree.
Yeah.
Christian, you're going to put up a hell of a fight. You're going to have the crown upon your hand. You're going to have a bunch of near falls. But at the end of the day, I think they're real. Even if it's a cheat, he's going to keep the title.
Yeah, I agree.
I was contemplating on which one I want to talk about last. Because this next one, F it. I'm going for my favorite boy. So he's going on last. Okay. We're going to talk about Bryan Danielson. Okay, all right.
American
Daniel Bryan versus the champion, John. Little kids love him. Grown men hate him. And little girls cream over him. Cena!
You can't see more than 5 moves from me.
5 will do, baby.
And there we go. And he's finally admitted it.
So, this, I kind of, it's a clusterfuck because if it was just Daniel Bryan and John Cena, if it was just that feud with David versus Goliath, I think that would be a hell of a program. But no, the USA Network was talking about their ratings. So guess who they call? Vince McMahon. That's why he's been on, because USA Network is telling him, hey, we need you. Oh, I can bring ratings. Let's go in. So that's what's going on. We don't know what the storyline is yet, but I do believe that part of the storyline is going to be happening with Vince retiring from WWE. But that's another pay-per-view, another whenever. John Cena. How is it when you first pick your opponent, you set out your mouth, he deserves it. But at the go-home show, you don't earn my respect.
He doesn't have his respect. He'd say he couldn't earn it.
Look, John Cena, see, if when I learned how to do clips, that promo, the last promo was great. Because Daniel Bryan said, you are a parody of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
A parody of wrestling. You know how disrespectful that is? You bust your ass all your life to do something, but then somebody come at you in your face and tell you, you a parody. You ain't even a real damn thing.
Mm-hmm. Right. He's a t-shirt. He's a t-shirt thing.
He's a merchandising kingpin.
He's Hogan. He's Hogan.
Oh, shit.
He is.
I think right now with the economy, he's bigger than Hogan.
He is Hulk, but he is Hulk Hogan for this generation. I mean,
yes.
Look, don't get okay. I hate John Cena the character. I love the man.
John Cena the man. Yo, keep doing what you're doing. You're awesome. No ill will, whatever.
Right.
But we are talking about wrestling.
All your Make-A-Wish stuff, all your support stuff,
definitely, man. Keep doing that.
But let's separate the man from the myth. And the myth
sucks.
The myth sucks. The myth is 5 moves of doom, and the thing is that you can.
But if you see
you can see when he was a prototype.
He had
his debut match was Kurt Angle. His debut match was Kurt Angle.
And if you see that match, it's a great match.
Yeah.
He did. But these damn wannabe hurricanranas, these jump up. No, stop. You're too big. You're too built. You're just sloppy shit.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Daniel Bryan is reflecting what the internet crowd says, and
Daniel Bryan. I think they're trying to portray Daniel Bryan as you are the internet.
Right.
You are the smart.
You are the internet. You're the smart mark. You're the guy who this crowd.
And John Cena's corporate. But the funny part is, how the hell does it, man? I don't want him as champion either. I want them both to spontaneous combust.
Because he didn't want Stone Cold as champion, and yet there he was.
Okay, well, that was storyline.
and again, the storyline too. He wants the title on Cena because Cena brings ratings. And the thing is,
Cena don't bring. He does not bring ratings.
No, Cena brings ratings.
No, if you look at the
ratings,
ratings,
Cena brings kids. Cena sells T-shirts. T-shirts equal ratings because T-shirts.
Well, that might be physical, but on TV ratings, it's still under 3.
Yeah, true. But still, Cena's the guy who keeps the young kids watching, and that's why you're going to see Daniel Bryan.
I want him to take that title.
He's going to take the title.
Because Daniel Bryan he's another CM Punk. Worked his yes, and we're going to talk about CM Punk in a minute. He worked his ass off years and years and years. Even when he was fired the first time from WWE, he came back. When they gave him that stupid ass gimmick, he came back. He earned everything he's getting right now.
Yeah, and the thing is that they were trying to push him as a heel, and the crowd wouldn't let it happen.
No, they tried to mess his credibility by 18 seconds in WrestleMania 3 years ago.
No. That was actually perfect. But here's
what
for a Daniel Bryan fan.
Because after that, it killed Shane's credibility. He's still haunted by that. Think about it. But Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan is going. Here's what I predict. Okay. This is me playing armchair booker.
Let's predict.
Here's what happens.
Paul Heyman.
Nope. It's roll or roll. Okay. John Cena and Daniel Bryan have probably one of the 3 best matches that you're going to see all year. Triple H counts to 3. Raises the hand. Daniel Bryan, World Heavyweight Champion, for all of about 30 seconds. Here's what's going to happen, because they've been teasing it, and I mean, this is the booking is writing on the wall.
Trying to have Triple H pedigrees?
Huh?
You trying to Triple H pedigrees, Bryan?
Oh, it's even better than that. Randy Orton brings out the case, hands it to Triple H. Triple H says, "Are you sure?" "Yes." Wham! The case goes down. Bryan goes out because he won't have Cena lose the title to Orton, but he'll have Daniel Bryan lose the title to Randy Orton. Randy Orton gets the 3 counts, and you basically resolve everything because you turn Daniel Bryan into a super face, you turn Randy Orton into a mega heel, and you have Triple H taking on the reins as a McMahon.
Interesting development. I hope it goes like this. You listening? Normal. Daniel Bryan pins Cena. I'm sorry. I want him to tap out. I want him to tap out. That will be the great close-up moment of the show if they show this last. If they don't show this match last, if this is just a co-main event, then Bryan is going over, and that's it. If they show it as a main event, last image, I do believe Orton will hold the title as a lasting image with Daniel Bryan sitting face down on the canvas and Triple H raising Orton's hand.
Right. They're going to go into this next season of Raw with Randy Orton as champion.
It's been a while, but do they still trust him? You know he's already got 2 strikes.
I think they trust Randy Orton as far as Triple H running the show. Because if Triple H running the show, they'll let him run with that title. Randy's been quiet. Randy, after his little incident and getting suspended and all of that, with all his injuries and all of that, they're giving him the ball.
How does nuts feel about that attack a couple weeks ago? you think my man's going to come back out on this show and just low blows him this time?
That's another story. But
I think if it was a perfect world, Daniel Bryan stands on tall last match of the night. If it's not the last match, he will win. If it is the last match, I believe he will win, but Randy Orton will take the belt.
Okay, it's not a perfect world. It's not even a different world. There is no Lisa Bonet going away and coming back. Here's what happens. They've got to get John Cena off of television.
Well, he has elbow surgery.
Right, right. Mm-hmm. Elbow boy has
which he doesn't use his elbow for no moves at all, so what the hell?
Yeah. Well, you know, he must get tired of his hand like this. He's got tennis elbow now. Thanks. Right. Anyway, they got to get Cena off of television. They got to get him healed back before Raw starts its fall season. So.
And did we forget? I forgot to mention Triple H is special guest referee.
That's right.
Motorhead.
Time to play the game, bitches.
All right. Well.
So what I say is that you're going to see Daniel Bryan take the title from John Cena. John Cena taps out, goes away for surgery. You see Randy Orton cash in. He cashes in on Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan chases Randy Orton for 2 months for that title. That's what's going to happen. That's the quote. Now,
all right, I'm going to talk about my main event. My boy, CM Punk versus
the Beast, Brock Lesnar,
with Paul Heyman on the side. Now, I think this is one of the best storylines of the year because it was tailor-made. It was tailor-made since last year when Punk aligned with Heyman. We all knew it was going to happen. Some of us thought it was going to tag team first.
We talked
about this for a long time. But it was okay. It was okay. I didn't like the 2 pay-per-views ago where Curtis Axel came in and that was a little stupid. But
he's a Heyman guy.
Even Heyman said, okay, you went away, you come back, you better than me? Got somebody else. Is Brock getting freaking bigger to you?
Brock's just a beast anyway. Brock's a beast anyway. Brock, no matter who you put him against, still looks huge. I mean, even against the Big Show, he looks huge. Even against Mark Henry,
but you remember the little transformation when he first came back. You know, he was, but man,
he was chubby when he came back.
Man, he's freaking rock solid.
Yeah, because again, they're using Brock Lesnar the best way they can in a very capacity.
The definition of Billy Badass, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, exactly. Because again, with an MMA fighter doesn't go out week after week after week. An MMA fighter goes out once every 3 months, trains hard, and you have him become the monster, and that's what he is.
And that's all he needs to be.
Right.
He's the perfect example when you need a mouthpiece. Paul Heyman, the greatest manager almost of all time.
Right.
Because he's up there with Heenan. He's up there with Mouth of the South. He's up there.
Right.
And his mind for business, even though he's a creep, a snake, but his mind of the business is second to none.
Right. Right. Heyman has been around the business for so long, and he's worked with so many. Because, again, you cannot forget the list of Heyman guys. You can go on WWE.com and you can check out the list of Heyman guys, which includes guys like Arn Anderson, Larry Zbyszko, I'm sorry, I'm getting off track. Arn Anderson, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yep.
Remember
when he got fired, where did he go to? ECW.
That's right. So you cannot forget that Heyman has been around this business, and the thing is that he has a guy who he can bring into this business with CM Punk, because there is no one else on par that could have had this angle with Paul Heyman, because you have two guys who know that. You have two guys who know how to bring how to make the story personal.
You have two people who can talk,
right.
Heyman and damn
sure. But I mean, it's not just being able to talk; it's being able to.
But
make
you
it personal.
can sell this pay-per-view. If you just had them as the main event and not Cena and Bryan, that would still sell, because the way they went at it. And
right.
You saw that tape from about Lesnar 2 weeks ago?
Absolutely.
That was beautiful.
Right. And then,
that was right there.
More Paul Heyman genius. Come on.
Yes. And Punk, he doesn't need a title. He doesn't need a title. But guess what? He's still main eventing. No. I want this as the main event.
No. Well,
I want this because I want Punk to win. I don't think he is, because Lesnar's been losing a couple of times before. If they're going to build him up for WrestleMania, maybe versus The Undertaker, maybe versus whatever, we need a streak. We need Brock to destroy. I don't want this to happen, but to be real, I think Brock destroys Punk. I think Punk puts up a hell. They're going to tell that story. Punk puts up a hell of a fight.
Right.
Hell of a fight.
Right. You're actually going to get to see CM Punk unleash the MMA shit. That's going to be interesting.
When you see this match, it's going to once upon a time now, long, long ago. It's going to tell a complete story from beginning to end.
Right, and it's not only going to tell a story, it's going to tell a violent story, and it's going to tell a personal story.
Somebody's bleeding. I predict blood. I'm sorry, WWE don't do blood, but I predict a hard way.
There's going to be a lot of pain in this match. There's going to be a lot of Joey Styles, oh my God, moments.
I just hope Punk's knees is at least workable.
I think you are going to see. I think it is workable, and I think that he is going to give Brock Lesnar a great match. I think that he's going to, and I think he's going to give Paul Heyman so much enjoyment, because you're going to have so many great Heyman versus Punk moments.
Yes.
You're going to have so many.
I think that chase with Punk and Heyman could go all the way to WrestleMania.
All the way to WrestleMania, possibly. Depends on how long Vince can tolerate Paul.
It's been over a year and a half so far, so I think he's fine.
Oh,
I think
because he doesn't have to work with Paul creatively. Yes,
I think he's fine.
And it sucks because there was a Raw a couple of weeks ago, and according to the internet community, Vince McMahon said, "I don't like the writing of the story." He went to two guys. He went to Paul Heyman and Zeb Coulter. Now Zeb Coulter,
he has a lot of business too.
Zeb Coulter is a guy named Dutch Mantel.
A lot of people don't know about him, but yes. Zeb Coulter, Dutch Mantel. Look at his tapes.
Right. Dutch Mantel is the mind of the business down south. Yes. You want to take a look at down south guys who not even, well, possibly there's some NWA, there's some Mid-South in there, there's a lot of Memphis wrestling. When you take a look at guys like Lawler, when you take a look at guys like Jeff Jarrett, this is one of the guys, Dutch Mantel, who helped make those guys into what they are. Because I mean, he is a former wrestler, and he is a decent mind for the business. Yes. And watching that Raw, it was one of the best Raws of all year. Because you had the three best creative minds of the business outside of Eric Bischoff working together on the script. Yeah.
What did you just say?
Oh, I'll say
Uncle Eric.
Uncle Eric, yes, Uncle Eric. Uncle Eric is the best television wrestling mind.
On that note, for your prediction, please.
My prediction for CM Punk versus Lesnar, I'm going to go with Lesnar, and the reason why is that they're going to try and keep Lesnar hot until WrestleMania, because they can't put him on until WrestleMania.
They have to.
Yeah.
My heart to hearts wish Punk will win, get that redemption story, but I think at the end of the day, for money, is going to be Lesnar.
Right, and because Punk had such a great streak of 434 days.
He can lose this, man. He can lose. It won't hurt him at all.
No, it's not.
He's established forever.
Exactly. He's
you can't hold a title 434 days for nothing.
Right. He's solid. He's golden, and
and you're gonna see the Raws after Paul Heyman.
Right. And giving Punk an injury angle where he takes off 1 or 2 weeks off of Raw isn't gonna be a bad thing. Yeah, I say Punk and Lesnar have a great match. And you're going to get to see again some MMA stuff from Punk, which we've been looking for a long time. Yes. But I think you are going to see Lesnar take out Punk for a couple of weeks, and Lesnar right on top. You see Heyman have that great momentum, and you're going to see some really fun stuff. So
real quick, K-Zach, do you want to interfere?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think he comes into the match, or if he does come into the match, he comes into the match.
And go to sleep.
Yeah. I do hope that we do get to see a couple more Heyman guys. I'd love to see Heyman.
It would be nice, but I think what's going on though is because of the Wyatts and the Shield. There's already 2 factions. I don't think they're gonna make another one for now.
I think there's, but I think
I would like to see the Shield. I want the Shield Heyman guys.
There's a difference between having a faction and having a stable.
You know who I want to be Heyman guy? That probably never happened, but I'm gonna say it anyway. AJ Styles. I want AJ Styles to leave TNA, go to WWE, WrestleMania, introduced by Paul Heyman.
Oh, you know who I would like to see, even though it's never going to happen, and it sucks? My choice for a Heyman guy? Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe!
That would.
I mean, if you can't have Lesnar wreaking damage, I mean, Lesnar is not a guy you can put on TV for more than a minute. But Samoa Joe, you'll watch him every week.
I think Joe is losing a little momentum. Like, he's losing focus.
Samoa Joe's losing money while he's in TNA. Joe, give Paul Heyman a call
right now.
Go to New York. Go to Stanford. Sign the contract. Let's get you some credibility because, man, you deserve it.
So,
all right. So my prediction is Lesnar over Punk.
Lesnar over Punk, and I think Punk will be injured in the match because they have to sell Brock as the beast.
Yeah.
Even though Punk is the best.
True.
We got a few minutes left to show. We got a couple. We're gonna make this quick topics. One big one now. Actually, making positive news for the WWE. Darren Young has came out, and with the interview, he came out that he was gay. What do you think about that? Was it Fred Hammond?
I think that Darren Young is what the WWE's been waiting for.
I hope they don't start doing those storylines about all that. No. It can't be another Orlando Jordan.
Oh, please don't invoke the name of Orlando Jordan. I mean,
no.
I mean, I want this to be a positive story because, again, they could never mention Pat Patterson and his partner.
No, you can't.
On camera up until a couple of years ago.
Back in the day, it basically was you're done, you're exiled.
Right. And that's a shame. And the thing is that the public's mind has changed. Wrestling's mind has changed. And if they just portray Darren Young as a guy who can work and doesn't necessarily bring his sexual orientation into the business,
perfect.
I think it's great.
Perfect.
But that being said, I want to say that Triple H commenting and saying, "Good job living life the way you did," when his whole career has had almost all of his jokes, half of them were gay jokes. Come on, suck it.
We all live and learn.
I really hope that he has learned. I hope that he's gotten past it, and I really hope that this.
I think they're sincere, because now remember he was a wrestler. Now he's a businessman. Now you have to.
Again, I want this to be a genuine congratulations. I don't want this to be a.
I hope Darren Young, man. I want you to succeed. Keep working hard. I know your tag team partner, Titus O'Neil, is behind you 100%. He even quoted, your family. So, man, my man, do what you need to do. We're proud of you. Yeah. However you're gonna live it, live it. You're a grown man.
Yeah. Do your job, do your work, succeed, and I hope that while this raises your stock in WWE,
I hope so. But not because of your orientation, but because of your hard work.
Right, and because of your courage, man.
Yeah.
I think that you've chosen to do what no wrestler has done before, an active wrestler on the WWE.
Exactly. So you are a pioneer.
Right, and you're right, and so be a positive pioneer. Awesome. Don't let this become just another business model. Be a good role model and do your job.
All right, we got about 30 seconds left. We don't talk about Total Divas. Well, guess what? Total done. Brooke Hogan release. I know that she's not a WWE, but she was on TNA. No, not tits and ass. It's called Total Nonstop Action.
With Hulk Hogan being put in the WWE 2K13,
I don't think he's going to be.
The writing is on the wall.
Because if it happens, I'm done. I am not watching wrestling if I see him back. There's nothing. There's nothing for him. There's nothing. I'm sorry. I'm done.
Doesn't matter if there's anything for him. They'll write something for him. They wrote in the Ultimate Warrior. If the Ultimate Warrior can forgive, why not Hogan? Let's bring it all back.
Okay, let's have one more match WrestleMania. Old guy versus old guy. Whoever breaks a hit wins. Okay, that's what it is.
The Geritol Championship. I love it. Love it.
Awesome. I know we ran a little bit over. This is our first podcast. Again, it's a little bit over an hour. I'm surprised we went that long.
Yeah, well, he can talk, and I.
Really? Is this how we're going to do it? Go ahead, sir. Okay.
All right.
Put you back on the phones when we get back to work.
Yeah, ring, pick it up. All right.
SummerSlam 2013. Again, tomorrow, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Watching on pay-per-view or however you decide to watch it. How am I watching it? I can't tell you. This is going on live. I can't do it.
Exactly.
Any last words, my friend?
Any last words? You know what? No. We said it all.
I think we have also.
All right.
Good talking to you. That pleasure coming. Pleasure talking to you for this hour. Again, this is T to the Rel. This is K to the Zach. We probably do it again for another big pay-per-view. Who was the big pay-per-view? Is it WrestleMania, the next big one?
Next big one is going to be actually probably Survivor Series.
Royal Rumble's bigger than that.
Yeah, Royal Rumble's bigger than that, but the next big one that they'll blow up, it will be Survivor Series.
Yeah, we'll probably be together in Survivor Series. Now, this is T-rell again. You're going to see more podcasts of me. I'm going to have certain guests. Again, look at my other videos. You'll see who I have coming up. You're going to see a couple of audio podcasts as well, so be on the lookout. You can find me at RELL space BURWELL on Facebook. Rel Gita, RELLGETA on YouTube. You want to plug anything so I can find you?
No, but I will plug an organization that I do. It's called www.artlovemagic.com.
Awesome.
A non-for-profit organization that brings art to the community to the art. We basically specialize in bringing visual art to children, to people in the Metroplex here in DFW. Quite frankly, go check them out. There are a lot of guys who are doing a lot of positive stuff, and I support them wholeheartedly. So
awesome. And I support your cause as well. By that, we are out again. Podcast number 1 complete. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube. Friend me on Facebook. We definitely got a lot more. Peace.